Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. And for anybody that's new, welcome to my channel. I'm Stacy and I like to talk about things. Doesn't have to be politics, but right now it's mostly politics. But who knows, could be something else. Just never know with me. It's what's on my mind. So I do have something I do want to talk about. It seems like a hot topic right now on social media. But before we jump right into that, please like and subscribe and share. It's really appreciated and it does help. But being said, let's jump right into what the hot topic is. So we know the hot topic, the main thing, it seems to me they're talking about Muslims. The Muslims trying to take over the Islam ideology. And I get that because it does seem so. They're trying to pass laws, trying to make us accept things that is not the norm for us and change things. And we're they're in our country, you know. I'm trying to just be calm and just talk about it because a lot of people get heated and I believe I can get heated. But this is just going to be like real talk. When you come into a country, and you could be Muslim, you can be anything from China, from Zimbabwe, whatever. When you come into America and you come into our country, because I'm an American, we expect you to learn our ways, learn our laws, learn how we live, and respect that. You have to respect that. We're free here. We have freedoms. And we want to keep our freedoms. We want to keep our country the way it is. So, with whomever it is, and right now seems to be the Islam ideology, the Muslims, it's not hate. It's not hate. Excuse me. And I don't want to use that Islamic phobic whatever word it's made up. It's not that. If they didn't try to force things on us, change things that infringe on our daily lives and just the way we live in general in our culture, there wouldn't be a problem. We wouldn't have problems. We wouldn't be going back and forth. There wouldn't be issues. When you go to a country, you I've been to a different country. I did my due diligence. I knew their laws, their ways, their language, and everything. And I knew when I moved there for a little bit, that for a year, that I was going to have to learn their language and I was going to have to coexist peacefully with them. And that's just common courtesy. That's just due diligence. That's just something you should automatically do. And you don't go into a country with a mindset of, I'm going to go to that country and I'm going to do what I want and they're going to do what I'm used to and I'm going to make them change their laws. I'm going to make them let me do whatever I want to do because I could do it in my country. That's not how it works. When you go to a country, you're going to their home. Those citizens there, that's their home. That you have to respect that. There has to be a line of, it's unspoken. It's an unspoken rule. You just respect that and that's their culture, that's their ways, their laws. You have to respect that. You do. I did. I did. And no one had to ask me to do it. It was just something you do. Now, unfortunately, and it's not all the Muslims, okay? But the ones that are starting to do the things that they're doing, they're changing things. Don't come here to change things. Don't change our laws. Don't change our culture. Don't try to change how we live. Don't try to tell us we can't have our dogs because it gets on your nerves. You consider them uncleanly. They're not clean. It's just not right to have them. It offends you. That's a you problem. You came to the country knowing how we are. And if you didn't, that's, again, a you problem. We have our life here. We are free. The women are free. We don't wear those things over our faces and cover our body. That's not what we do here. Women have a voice here. And that's never going to change. And the Muslim people, or some, and the Islam ideology, women do not speak. Women do not have rights. Women are covered head to toe. If you show a little ankle, they can stone you. They can do whatever they want to you. The men could beat you for speaking, just for speaking. That's not how we work here. That's not how we do. It's never going to be that way. And they need to stop trying to put that out there like it's normal. And they want people to do that. And it's just never going to be. It's never going to be. Our country's free. Our women, we fought too much, too hard for our rights. And it's not going to be taken away. And unfortunately, Islam, they don't treat women that way. Women don't have a voice. And it's never going to be that way here. Never. So they need to stop that. And the dogs, and, you know, they don't like dogs. And we love dogs. We love dogs. Those are our fur babies. Some of us can't have kids. So those are our kids. You know, it's just, there's things that they overstep, and you can't do that. Leave our culture alone. Leave our laws alone. We enjoy our freedom. We enjoy our life. We enjoy our capitalism. We enjoy making the money the way we make it. We enjoy being able to do what we do. And we welcome them here, some, because there are some that are illegal, that should be deported, which are, you know, Border Patrol and ICE are working on. But they need to respect us. They need to respect the boundaries. And they were welcome here, and they need to understand that we are that kind. We're sometimes too kind to let them be here for a better life. You come here for a better life, and we want everyone to prosper here. But don't try to take it away from us. Try to change things with us. Try to change our lives. Try to change our daily lives, like with the prayer thing 5 times a day. We don't want to hear that. That's noise disturbance for us. That infringes on the way we live. That cannot be. You can have your religion, but you keep that in your house of worship or your home, but you don't force that upon people. This is where it seems like they don't understand. They don't understand, or they do understand, and that's also a slap in the face, because they know that they're trying to force that on us, and we don't like that, but they still do it. And they're going to get pushback, and they know that. And it seems like they're using our rights that we have against us to protect them, to make them more comfortable in our country. No, that's not how it works. You come to a country, any country, you learn their ways and coexist peacefully. And that's what we want. It's not an unreasonable ask. If you come to our country, please coexist with us peacefully. That's all we ask. It's simple. There's no fighting about that, and there should be no issues. That's all we want. Don't try to change our way of life. Do not try to take away our culture. Do not force your ideology in our schools, on our kids, any of that. That is up to the parents and parents only. There's just so much overstepping that is causing pushback, and it's chaos and anger. And they know that. The Muslims that are pushing that, the Islam religion, they know what they're doing, and they need to stop. Period. And then they're talking about Dearborn and what happened with Jake Lang and all that. Jake Lang, yeah, you can consider him a big mouth, yes. He doesn't say things perfectly. He is an agitator. And there's many and different protestings and different genres of protesting. There's always the agitator, BLM, Antifa, all of them. Excuse me, they have that. So, but the thing is, in this country, you can be an agitator. You can be a big mouth. Okay? But the thing you can't do, everybody come in close, listen. You can't lay hands on the protesters. Just because they hurt your feelings, just because they say something that you don't agree with, that's protesting. You can't lay hands on people for saying that. And this is our right here in our country. And we shouldn't have to worry about somebody coming from the back with a stone and hitting us, and then all of the other people coming and beating us up. And then worry about the police in that area not protecting you. Okay? That's a problem. And so when I say change there, like in Dearborn, it showed it. You've seen it. The Muslims that were there attacked him for saying Jesus is king. You can't do that. Just like they run around, which they shouldn't be able to do, death to America. That's hurtful. Because that doesn't mean just certain America. This is America. So when they say death to America, they're saying death to all of us, the Americans and America. But they get to say it, which I think is wrong, but they do. And we can't go over there and attack them and beat them up and get a stone and stone them in the back of the head. We would get arrested. So in Dearborn, they weren't arrested. They got away with it. They were beating him and hitting him until he got into the car with that officer, and she didn't arrest any of them. Not one of them. So you see how that works? You see how that's going to get anger going, pushback, and people are going to get really, really mad? That's what's happening. So until that gets nipped in the bud and they understand that they need to stop that, they need to stop instigating stuff, they need to stop saying that they want death to America and they're going to change things and they're going to make us do this and that or the other. They're not. It's not going to happen. It's just not. And one of their leaders, I don't know, whoever they listen to, the person needs to stand up and be like, okay, this needs to stop. We're going to respect the Americans and their way of life and their religions, and we're going to stop forcing anything on these people. We will keep our religion to ourselves, keep it in our homes or our place of worship. And that's it. Don't go to a school that's a Christian school and knowing you're Muslim and you know everything's not gonna coexist together and it's gonna go against everything you are, and then go to the Christian school or Methodist or whatever and then say, I'm gonna go in there and I'm gonna make them do what's gonna make for me what I feel comfortable doing to make me feel comfortable. You can't do that. If you go into a place knowing that that's what they believe, the schools, because they do that. Like they go to the Christian schools and then, or the Catholic schools or whatever, and then get mad because they're not able to do a certain thing and they have to abide by the rules. When you go to those schools, you have to go to their prayer classes. You have to do what they say in those schools because it's a Christian school. It's a Catholic school. Whatever you go to, you know what you're going into. So when you go in and then you want to start problems, because that's what you're doing. You're going in there literally to start problems, literally to cause chaos. You're going to get pushback, and you're not going to get any love. You're really not. You're going to be considered troublemakers. And that's what they are. They're considered troublemakers. So that needs to stop. Then one of their people that speak for them and speak to them to where they listen, to stop it. Stop it. Coexist peacefully with us, please. Stop trying to infringe on our lives, change our laws, change our culture. It's not going to happen. This is our home. You came to our country. And if you should have decided before, or all of them should have decided before they moved here and done their due diligence to weigh the pros and cons and be like, this could work. I can assimilate. Or, no, I don't want to do that. So let's go somewhere else to where they're more like-minded. That's the smartest and most intelligent thing to have done. But they chose to be here. So now they need to understand that we have our country and we're not changing for anybody, and our culture and our laws. And we want respect. Respect that. Don't overstep. Don't try to change us. Don't put your beliefs and everything on, and force that the Quran or whatever on our children. We are not that. None of our religions are that. None of them that are here. That's just not going to work for us. We're actually being kind and letting you be here, even though it's totally against what we are. And you can go to your place of worship. You can do your things in your home. You can pray, but you need to do it in your time. You can't force that on a business. You can't force that in a school. You keep that out of it. That has no room to be in a business where you work or school. That's your belief, or their belief. When I say that, I mean them. And they need to keep it out. That's it. And if you work for somebody, if they feel like they want to give you that time or whatever, let them. But they don't have to. That's the thing. Don't force that on companies, businesses, schools. That's the thing. We just want our country to be our country. We want to preserve our way of life. It's not hate. It's not hate to love your country. It's not hate to be proud to be an American. And it's not hate to want to keep it the way it is here. That's not hate. That is just wanting to preserve our country, to preserve our way of life. That's it. I don't hate them. I just want them to respect my way of life. Don't try to force me. What does scare me is how they treat their women and how their women don't have any kind of voice and have to cover up. That terrifies me. And I don't agree with it. But I kind of stay in my lane and let them do whatever as long as they keep it there and don't force it on me. But they have to respect our laws and the way we live. They have to. So some of the things that they want to do, they can't do. And we have to stop bending because we can't do that. This is our country and our laws. They have to assimilate and they have to coexist with us peacefully. That's what we ask. That's what we want. We don't hate them. Their ideology does not coincide with us. It just doesn't work. So we're trying our best here, letting them be here and to exist here and to live and to prosper and to do better with their lives. But don't try to force that on the Americans and our way of life. We don't want it changed. We love our country. We love the way we live. Stop it. Just stop it. And that's all we're doing. That's all we're doing. You know, like, it is what it is, but is it? That was what my thumbnail was like. It's not really. I mean, it is what it is, but they need to assimilate, and that's all it is. The assimilation part and coexisting peacefully. That's it. That's all we ask. And as I said before, it's not an unreasonable ask. And Jake and that pastor, they're just basically saying this is a Christian nation. This is what we were built upon. This is who we are. We're the best country. The way we are, our capitalism, the way we do things, our constitutional republic that we go by, everything that what we do works. Because that's why everybody is jealous of us. So all the countries want to be us. They want us, a lot of them want us to fall, to destroy us. And that's what's kind of sad when we have some of the Muslims here running around saying death to America with that terrorist flag that they're carrying around. And they do, it's on video. They come to our country, want everything that we have, but then want us dead. They want us dead. They want death to America, but yet they want to be here. Now, when they say stuff like that, and then they come here and then they're saying, "Oh, we're not doing anything." No, it seems like they're trying to take over. It really does. They're trying to conquer, not coexist. That's not going to do. And that's not going to happen. And that's where Jake and the pastor and all the bikers, everyone there was pretty much saying, stop your nonsense. This is our country, and you need to step up and be like everybody else and assimilate and stop trying to change our laws and our culture. That's all it is. Like I said, you don't have to like Jake. You don't have to like the way he does things. We don't have to like that. But in this country, we can protest. And you can't lay hands on the people that are protesting. Doesn't matter if they hurt your feelings. Okay? Boo hoo hoo. Your feelings are a non-factor here. It's protesting. And either you have a thick skin and you can deal with it, or don't go to a protest. Don't go. If you know there's going to be protesters there and you just can't handle it and you don't like them saying anything against what you believe in, then don't go. If you feel like you're going to lay hands on people, don't go. But you can't lay hands on protesters, whether you like them or not, whether you think they're racist or not. They have the right to speak. They have the right to protest. That started the big thing. Because in Dearborn, the change that I'm telling you that they're forcing or they're trying to put in, they're doing it with the people they're putting in office, and which again goes back to illegals. They're illegals. They were not supposed to vote. The Americans didn't vote those people in. The massive illegals that are here voted to put them in. That's a problem. That needs to be addressed in all states. But I'll digress on that. But that's what it is. That's the change that they see there. That's scary. That cannot be. And when it comes to our officers, now they need to be reprimanded. They need to be, I don't know what, I need to do my due diligence on that and find out legally what can be done with the officers that are not doing their job. You cannot be one way or the other. You have to be, you're right in the middle. You are the person that's taking care of it. You have to hold the laws up. You have to follow the law. Make sure everyone else is following the law. Now, what they did with Jake, when they were running and beating him up all the way to the car, They broke the law. They should have been held accountable. All of them. Not just the one, oh yeah, we got the one that hit him with the rock. But no, there was many that laid hands on them. There was. It's on camera. Our government has the facial recognition. They can find them. They're in Dearborn. They can be found and prosecuted like they should be. Because if it was on the flip side and there was the Christians attacking them, they would have been held accountable for it. I guarantee you that. So those officers there and that chief of police, they need to be dealt with. They need, I don't know who, the president, whoever needs to make those people accountable for what they're not doing. They're not being the officers. They're not holding up their oath. They're not doing it. And if they can't do their job, they need to be taken off the job. Period. Because that was not fair. That was kind of seeming like that's a Muslim place, a Muslim thing. They can do whatever they want. That's not going to happen here. We're America. They will never be able to do that. And the way they did to Jake, that's any American. They just showed you literally that if you say something against their religion or whatever, they're going to attack you. And they did show that the cops there is going to be okay with it. So you're not safe. That's not American. That needs to be nipped in the bud right now. That needs to be nipped in the bud. You can't do that. You protect everybody the same. If they break the law, they have to pay. They have to be prosecuted, arrested the same way. That's it. So this whole thing about taking over, that's what that is. They don't respect us. They don't respect our laws. They just have to stop. They have to respect us. They have to coexist with us peacefully and stop forcing their ideology on us, our children, our schools, and everything else. That's just something I wanted to talk about. I just wanted to let everyone know I don't hate. It's not hate. And a lot of them, it's not hate. It's, trying to preserve our country, our way of life. Loving being an American. That's not racist. That's not Islamophobic or whatever they want, that word they made up. It's not that. We love our country. We love who we are. We love our culture and everything that we do here. We don't want it infringed upon. And that's not being a bad person. That is not being racist. That is just that, and I don't know how all of a sudden it became okay to say you're a bad person for loving your country and wanting to keep your country intact. There's something wrong there. You need to be proud to be an American. You need to be proud of your country. And we need to fight to keep it and to keep our freedom and to keep everything that we have. We all need to wake up. And the vote, the November, it's coming to vote. And we need to vote red. We need to vote. We need to vote like our republic depends on it, because it does. Our way of life depends on it. Because if the Democrats get in there, and it's not the normal Democrats, it's those socialist commies, they get in there, America's done. Y'all need to, and if I only have 2, 3, 4 of you watching, please tell whoever you know, if you want to keep this country, we have to not let those Democrat socialists, I don't even like putting Democrat in front of them because they're not our kind of Democrats. They want to destroy our way of life, you guys. We won't have a country if they get in. We have to block that. We have to fight for our freedom. It's always just one fight away, just like Ronald Reagan said. It's right there to lose. And it's always a fight to keep it. And unfortunately, we have the enemies within. They got in. The Trojan horse has been brought in. We have to fight for our country, keep it the way it is. Because we're not Europe. We're not all those other countries that are bending the knee and letting them do whatever they want. Because when you start letting them slide, okay, they have what's going on to those poor women over there, and the teenagers are getting raped, you know what I mean? And they have grape gangs from Pakistan, all that. That can't be done. That's not going to happen here. It's not. And that's another thing that Jake and people that are around him, the Second Amendment, man. We have the First and Second, and you don't mess with that. And we are armed. And they, when they saying death to America and they want to do this and that to us, they're not only going to have to deal with, you know what I mean? Men. Us women, we're armed as well. It's going to be a lot. It's going to be a lot. So they just need to stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Leave our country alone. And like I said, it's okay for us to love our country and want to preserve it and keep it the way it is. But when we vote, and when y'all's got to go out and vote, okay? But you can't let those socialists in because they want to dismantle everything that we are. We will not have a country. America will be no more. And once that happens, there's going to be nothing but chaos. Because America, we are the ones that go and help everybody. Nobody, and I hope all of you are listening, whoever's watching, is going to come save us. Once we fall, it's over. And it's so close, it's terrifying. So we need to vote we have to vote. We have to vote red because we can't have those socialists in. Because it's just socialism and communism. And once that is never good for the people. Never good for the people. Do your due diligence. Do your due diligence. Look at what it does to what is done to the other countries. Has not worked. Okay? And it's just scary that we have that, and then we have the Islam ideology kind of running amok, and they're trying to take us down as well. All of that together is scary. And you guys need to look that up. You need to look up the Islam religion and how they treat their women and what they do to infidels and what they do to people that don't believe in what they believe. They just kill you. So just look it up, do your due diligence. We have to fight for our country. It's okay to love your country. It's okay to be proud to be an American. It's okay to want to preserve your way of life. You're not a bad person, okay? And when you go out there, vote red. Vote, vote, vote. We have to keep our country. We have to fight for it. Fight for our freedom. Fight for everything that we have. Because I guarantee you, once those socialists take over, the first thing that's going to come after is your freedom, our freedom, and the second thing is our weapons. Remember that. Because with that, they get control. And then the food. And then the boot on the neck. So remember, guys, we have to fight. We have to go out there and vote. But just to go back to what I was talking about the Muslims, it's not hate. We just want them to coexist with us peacefully and stop infringing on our way of life. That's what we ask. It's not unreasonable. It's a big ask, but it's something that needs to be done. That's it. So that's my 2 cents. You're welcome to make comments. Let me know how you feel about it. Like I said, it's not hate. It's just something that I don't want my rights being infringed on. I don't want my way of life being changed for anybody. They're welcome to do what they want to do, but to keep it in their home and in their worship, their place of worship. That's it. I'm good with that. Because we have so many religions that live here and coexist fine. Why is it when they came here in Islam, their religion comes here and it's chaos? Y'all have to think about that. Do some due diligence, or just go deep in your mind and just kind of sit back and think. I don't know. We have a lot of religions here and it's not an issue. But Islam comes and there's an issue. Why are they fighting? Why are we fighting? There shouldn't be. It shouldn't happen. They didn't come here to coexist peacefully, obviously. So just gotta look into that. So, anyways, thank you for spending time with me, listening to what's going on in my crazy little mind sometimes. But it helps that I get to speak, and if I could reach somebody, 2, 3 people, that's great. It's wonderful. I'm happy. I just want to reach people and let them know, hey, open your mind, due diligence, look up stuff. You could see it. It's all right there, tip of your fingers. Or go to a library, go to anywhere, get some history books. Look it up. Look it up. Okay? Due diligence, people. Knowledge is power. Knowledge is power. Got to remember that. Be knowledgeable. Okay? But thank you for joining me. I'm going to let you go now. I got to finish my dinner. I got to make it for my husband. But thank you. I appreciate anybody and everybody that's watching. And in the meantime, in between time, be safe out there. Okay? And I'll see you my next video, hopefully. Good night.